It's the Bulls podcast number 57. We've got Bulls versus Pelicans preseason reaction, our State of the Bulls new season edition. Patrick Williams gets a contract extension and game predictions for the coming week.
Hey, Chicago Bulls fans, it's time for your Bulls podcast. Here are your hosts, Marcus Couch and Wise Black.
Welcome to the Bulls Podcast, coming to you from bullspodcast.com. This is where we bring you the latest news, reviews, rants, rumors, and opinions on the players, coaches, and front office of the Chicago Bulls. My name is Marcus Couch, and once again, I welcome my friend on the other end, pulling it off the shelf. He's the definition of Bulls lifer himself, Mr. Wise Black.
Yes, sir. What's up to all of my Bull lifers, man? It's been a long time no speak, but hey, I'm here and I'm ready to get down with my man Marcus Couch. It's been a long time coming, man. Let's do it.
Yeah. You forgot the yo's in your intro, even. Oh my God, you're getting so rusty.
I mean, it's all, it's all good. I say that we have the video. They can't see me. They can't see this energy right now. So
that's right.
I'll let them hear it. Let's go.
All right. So we've got several topics, more of why we're back and our new pivot. We've got some preseason stuff. Patrick Williams has got his fourth-year option picked up by the Bulls. We've got an early injury bug warning, our State of the Bulls new season edition, and game predictions. Man, we're packing it in on that return. We'll be right back after this quick timeout.
Bulls fans, remember to follow the show on social media at Bulls Podcast and at bullspodcast.com.
All right, so there are a lot of loyal listeners out there that are still with us after that sudden 2-year break that we took from the show. And while I don't want to take a lot of time with it, I do want to thank everybody for sticking with us, and those that are absolutely brand new to what Wise and I started way back in August of 2018. We're kind of in our own preseason and training camp right now with this return. I mean, we even got a late game start, so to speak, today, but this is probably going to be the very last audio-only version of the show that we record. We're actually going to do things in video from next week on, and I hope that you can join us there as we do the show. It's not going to be your typical just two-camera or, two-camera and a guest type of a reaction show that you typically see with like StreamYard or some of those on YouTube. I've literally put the whole summer into getting some cool graphic elements ready and stats and all of that, and we're really excited to bring out the very best for the fellow Bulls fans and Bulls lifers out there. What do you think, Wise?
Man, I'm pretty sure they're going to love it. I mean, I have a new setup myself with a new backdrop in my office and everything with all of my Bulls memorabilia and all of that kind of stuff. So, I mean, we put everything together just so we can get hyped for right now and this coming Bull season, man. So, I mean, I'm more excited than I've pretty much almost ever been. So, yeah.
Yeah. We got a lot of new segments, including Wise Guys, which is something that you're going to do every show where you kind of pick the heart, hustle, and muscle guy of the week.
Yes,
your
sir.
Favorite Bulls player. We've got, anybody who was a big fan of the game show that we did it with the guys from Ball on Bulls. We're going to redo that game show, but when we have guests, we'll actually kind of do it on the screen too, so you can play along. And then we've got some really, really cool items that we're going to do in relation to fan interaction, which means there may be post games where just out of the blue we'll say, hey, call, we'll do kind of a call in, but it'll actually be a video in where you can actually be on the show yourself in video. So
I love it.
Ton of stuff out there that we're going to get going on. Even my dog's excited in the background, as you can hear. All right, let's get into the Bulls versus Pelicans first preseason game of the year. After a seemingly endless summer, Wise, without Bulls basketball, the Bulls are finally back into our lives once again. The first preseason game versus the Pelicans featured the return of the slim fast spokesman himself, Zion Williamson, much to the hype of just about every NBA announcer and presenter. I don't know about you, man, but after 20 minutes of the Zion jock sniffing by the Stooges on NBA TV, they finally were like, oh, you know what? That Bulls logo that we got on the screen behind us, we forgot that Zion's actually playing another team tonight. Dude, I don't know where they get this, but I mean, Vooch outperformed Zion last night, but last night the Bulls, as I said, went to Vooch early on, and he responded with 15 points, 11 rebounds, and 4 blocks in 23 minutes of play. And I feel like All-Star Vooch might be making a comeback. You think so? What was your impressions of Vooch last night?
Man, honestly, he was the most impressive Bull out there last night. I mean, when I saw him get that first block on Zion, I was like, whoa, okay. You know what I mean? But I thought it was kind of lucky a little bit. But when he continued on, that stellar defensive play that he pretty much showcased every time he was out on the floor last night, I was like, all right, this could be something. I don't know. But it definitely was a shocker to see Vooch get up for the defensive end of the floor last night. And not only that, I mean, he was efficient scoring inside and out as well. He knocked down a couple threes, and there was a few different instances when he pinned down, I believe it was Jackson Hayes, and he called for the ball and just did a left hook and went up on him, and it was deuce easy. And I'm like, what? Like, is this the Vooch that we can expect? I mean, I know what he was saying during the pre-games, or not the pre-games, but the post-media
media
conferences
day
and everything. Yeah, like he was saying that he basically did what he said that he was gonna do, just get more down low. And I don't know if we can attribute what he was doing before to Billy Donovan or whatnot. I'm not sure, because let him tell it, when he was in Orlando, this is more so of the player that he was and the style that he chose to play in. So, I mean, if this is the Vooch that we're going to get, then I'm all smiles.
Yeah. I think he also realizes he's in a contract extension year.
Yes.
Where we could be picking him up for years to come. And I'll be honest with you, man, I don't object to that. If Vooch is the center of the future and we get somebody like Drummond who is, on a player option for 2 years, actually. So I'm not opposed to that. So also in the game, we got our first showing of rookie Dalen Terry, and he showed that he could be one of those wise guys there, Wise. He showed that he's got some heart and hustle. He made an impressive debut with 11 points, 7 rebounds, and 2 steals. But preseason or not, the rookie displayed solid ball handling, including running the offense with the third unit, some great passing on top of his defensive energy. And the United Center crowd definitely took notice as Dalen spearheaded a second-half run that helped the Bulls erase a 19-point deficit to make the most meaningless game seem somewhat competitive. What'd you think of Dalen Terry last night?
So I tweeted that he's going to be a Bulls fan favorite, or he actually already is. And just that one showing last night, I believe he already is a fan favorite, because when
he's already the GOAT. He's the GOAT already.
He's already the GOAT. Move over, Felicio. But no, but no, seriously. When you watched him out there, man, just the passion that he played with, he was out there talking. Like you could almost hear him from where we were watching it on TV, and he was sticking defense. Like those long arms were getting in the passing lanes. He was playing good one-on-one defense. Like I noticed that Devontae Graham was trying to shake him a little bit, but he wasn't going. He got a foul on the play, but nonetheless, you saw him start clapping it up in Graham's face, like I ain't going for none. And that's exactly what we needed, that grit and that grind. And Dalen Terry, you know who he kind of reminds me of? And it's somebody who the Chicago Bulls could have had, but Draymond Green.
Oh, we're going back to this?
Legit. No. So it's more so just a comparison. Like when so the potential that I believe Tom Thibodeau saw in Draymond Green, it wasn't only his, Swiss Army knife ability or whatnot, but it was also the passion. Because I believe that that's a skill as well. When you got a passion for the game, then sky's the limit for you, because you're never going to stop improving. And that's what I see in Dalen Terry. Like he said when he was asked at the conference, you know, like he didn't necessarily care about, you know, being a rookie and what he was going to do as a rookie. He said he's more so focused on just improving as a player in general. And that's what I love about Dalen Terry. It seems like he doesn't necessarily care who they're going to go up against. All he knows is I'm going to get mine, and I'm going to, you know, hang my hat on the defensive side of the ball, and I'm just going to do whatever I can to help this team win. And that's why I say he's easily a fan favorite already.
Yeah. And actually, the coach picked up on that too. Billy Donovan said that, you know, a guy that comes in with huge heart and motor, it's easier for them when they have that enthusiasm to pick up on other things. It's easier for a guy that wants to work to improve on his skills and get a lot quicker. Io DeSumo is the perfect example of that.
There you go. Exactly. And not to mention the fact, like you said earlier, how it was pretty much a meaningless game, right? It's a preseason game. But Dalen Terry got the Madhouse on Madison jumping pretty much by himself, playing against the third streamers and all. Dalen Terry got everybody in the house hyped. And that's exactly what we need because, while we do have, you know, DeMar DeRozan, Zach LaVine, who, you know, they'll do those spectacular, like, finesse moves that'll get the crowd going by scoring buckets, Dalen is going to get the crowd going with his energy. And we needed that as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. So also in the game, Dragic and Drummond, our new guys, were really fun to watch in a Bulls uniform. I thought Dragic showed some pretty savvy veteran moves, and that's a great preview, man, of things to come.
Okay.
You don't think so?
No.
What do you?
I'm sorry.
What do you got?
Watching?
Hey, I was watching the game. Dragic did a couple great moves, man. He pulled a couple tricks out. He didn't do the best, but
okay. Well, maybe it's my fault for being a little in and out, but I know the first, and I tweeted this, the first 4 minutes of the game that Dragic was in, the dude came in and got 3 turnovers instantly. Not to mention that layup that he missed, wide open. Now, thankfully, Drummond came in and he cleaned it up with the offensive board, but Dragic missed a wide open layup.
Like, Drummond also got dunked on. Come on.
I mean, everybody gets dunked on, man. I mean, that still pales in comparison to what Dragic did. Now, you say he flashed a few veteran.
I said it was fun to watch. I said fun to watch.
If you think missing wide open layups is fun to watch, I mean, I mean, and he threw consecutive turnovers back to back, where the Pelicans scored on each of them as well. I mean, that was pretty bad. But I mean, listen, he played in Euroball. I mean, I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. Like you say, I know he's a veteran. He is savvy. He's a high IQ player, but he definitely needs to iron out those wrinkles, man, because that wasn't too pretty. That he didn't play a good game, if you ask me.
All right. Well, we'll give him a mulligan on this one, and we'll let him try again the next game. Who do we play next? I think it's the Toronto or somebody. We'll go over that in a minute. But anyway, in the game, the injury bug did hit the Bulls. Kobe White has a high thigh contusion. I was teasing last night. I think that means he got knee in the balls or something, but the fourth year guard Kobe White underwent a precautionary MRI today after leaving Tuesday's preseason opener. And Billy Donovan they say a knee contusion, so it's changed. And Billy Donovan said that to the reporters after Wednesday afternoon's practice. The Bulls medical staff, he says, told him that they wanted to take him. Just kind of standard procedure when somebody has something like that, to take him over to get an MRI and to make sure everything's okay. Kobe said he wanted to go back and play last night, but those kind of things they worry about, that muscles aren't firing correctly and plants go the wrong way, and then you really end up injuring yourself. So they took him in there today to check him out. In yesterday's game, he played 2 minutes, 50 seconds of the first quarter and didn't really do much. They announced the injury at halftime and listed him as questionable. He came out onto the court with a sleeve on his left leg and did a couple warm-ups, but they never put him back into the game. So hopefully this does not sideline Coby White too long. He's just, one of the guys that we got that can run the point or be a shooting guard with Dragic, Caruso, and Io to slide in and out. So with the ball already gone for the year, or not the year, curse me for saying that, knock on wood. But
well, yeah, this 2022.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
he won't be back to 23. So you're right.
Technically the calendar year, but hopefully something happens quicker. But hopefully he'll be fine. It's something that we really can't afford, especially because Kobe's quite frankly, kind of the bread in any trade deal that we might want to do this year.
Yeah, he is. And not only that, man, but it's hopefully this isn't something serious, because this is, like you said, or I'm not sure if you said, but it's a contract year for Kobe as well. So that he's out there, and that's the reason why I'm sure he wanted to come back. He potentially could have a injury that is something real, but he's like, nah, man, I got to get out there and showcase what I can do.
Really? You think he's going for the contract in preseason game 1?
Well,
I'm going to show him.
Yeah, okay,
I'm going to get out there and show him what I got.
I mean, but he wanted to get back out there on the floor, though, right? So I'm saying at least he is like, I'm a tough guy. You know what I'm saying? I can play through whatever this little knick-knack is. So, I mean, nonetheless, Coby White still has a lot to prove, a whole heck of a lot to prove this year. And starting off in the first quarter where he pretty much was non-existent, I almost forgot he was on the floor. And fair enough. I mean, he was only out there a few minutes before anything happened to him. But nonetheless, this is, like I said, a contract year for Coby White. So he has to make his presence felt on the floor. Coby White has to find a niche, because if he continues to, just be a guy who comes in, he gets up for defense when he wants to, seemingly, but is very few and far in between. And a guy who is a streaky shooter, it's not going to bode well for him. He could possibly wind up being a journeyman in the NBA. But I guarantee you, if Coby White carves out a real role on this team, such as just focusing mainly on shooting, 3-and-D. Yeah. That's his bread and butter, because he was the 7th round pick. So I'm sure he has his pride and he wants to showcase how he can be an all around player or whatnot. But I mean, sometimes you just got to say it is what it is, man, and find your niche. That's what Coby White has to do. And if he does that, I believe that, so if Coby White can find a way to at least knock down 38% of his threes this year and be at least serviceable on the defensive end, he'll find him a contract, and potentially with this team, highly potentially, because we need 3-point shooting.
I wouldn't get mad at that if it was reasonable within the cap and still allowed us to get somebody within a decent free agency range. And heck, that might be point guard, because we're going to pivot here and talk about Lonzo Ball. He just had his surgery after his full 8-month rehab of his last surgery. This is a potential, player rotational gap position that, Dragic was brought in to help offset that load. And Io is obviously more than capable of growing into that starter role until Lonzo gets back. But man, my question is, why didn't the Bulls pull the trigger on this surgery thing much, much sooner in the summer to make sure that he was ready for at least maybe the season opener? Is this the first crack in the wisdom of AK and Mark Eversley? I mean, this feels to me, doesn't it feel to you like this Derrick Rose thing all over again? Like maybe not the first one, but the second time he got injured? Just the ownership or somebody, but we're really handling this weird. It's just poorly handled, barely communicated, and it just kind of leaves this whole rebuild mentality that we have. I feel like am I back in Nate Robinson days here again, where we're just getting guys to patch holes of starters that fall?
Man, the bench mob. Man, that was it was pretty bleak. It was pretty bleak of a time during the bench mob days, but man, that was definitely fun with Nate Robinson. But no, anyway, to get to Lonzo Ball, man, right, you say why didn't they handle it earlier? I think see that's kind of the issue with it maybe being a players league, and I'm all the way 110% pro player, but when it comes to certain things, i.e. LeBron James, allowing him to be GM LeBron, it does not bode well for the team always. Because when I listen to our tourists, when the reporters asked him that very same question, he basically said that they were basically, allowing Lonzo Ball to try and, rehab it. So he
That's
was
what I'm
doing
saying.
therapy and everything, and he didn't want to have invasive surgery. So I mean, I guess they were trying to allow the player to, control his future a little bit in that way. They were listening to the player, and that was the issue.
Yeah, Lonzo Ball's agent Reggie Rose said.
Reggie Rose, really?
I mean, come on, dude. I mean, why are we letting them? You're paying him what? How much is he getting paid?
Yeah, 85 million, man.
Come on.
Over 4 years, yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. I mean, but that's the thing, though. And that's the difference between the NBA and the NFL. Had it been the NFL, they would have told him, like, no, dude, you need to get the surgery.
They'd have shot him up on the sidelines.
After, exactly. Yeah. They would have got him that procedure probably a week after he went down. And also, Lonzo Ball is dealing with the same injury that Kendrick Nunn has, right? Where that left him out pretty much an entire year. And he's still not, well, I'm not sure, don't quote me on that, but I believe he's still not cleared to come back for basketball activities over in LA. So, I mean, it's pretty scary, man, when you think about it, but we just got to hope for the best.
All right. Well, hey, for the record, I had my leg broken and cracked in half and put a steel rod in, and I was playing basketball again in a month and a half. So that be a lesson, not for the Bulls, obviously, but still, I think could be quicker. So we'll continue to monitor and probably criticize that situation as it goes on. Today we got some news that the Bulls extended Patrick Williams' contract to a fourth year. They've extended his 2023-2024 team option, which means his fourth year is now guaranteed at $9.8 million. In the preseason opener, Patrick played 17 minutes. He got 5 points on 2 for 7 shooting. 5 rebounds, and most of the time was overmatched by the defensive end by Zion Williamson, who scored 13 points on 4 of 6 shooting. To me, P. Will has got to be the most favored and coddled Bulls player I've ever seen in my 40 years of being a Bulls fan. I mean, even in the opener, he looked just the same. Timid, afraid, unable to live up to the potential that Bulls fans have relied on. And frankly, we want him to take us to the next level. He's a number 4 pick. He seems to be, to me, the invisible man most of the time he's on the floor. He's now in year 3. We're still talking about this potential thing, air quotes. We covet him like he's Kawhi Leonard. And I just keep wondering when that version of him is even going to start to appear. Am I too hard on him?
So I guess I would say I would push back a little bit as far as the timidity, at least early on, like in the first quarter. That's pretty much where most of his shots came in the first quarter. He tailed off later on, and he, just reverted back to his normal passive self, just relying on, the veterans on the team and DeMar, Zach, Vooch. But early on in that first quarter, if you notice, he was getting the ball off the glass and starting to break. There was a few drives where he, caught the ball and just put it on the floor, got right to the rim, and either, tried to attempt a layup or a mid-range jump shot. But I do agree with the point of him being a very coddled Bulls player or the most coddled in Bulls history. I agree with that. And that's obviously because of who he is to Arturis and Eversley, right? I mean,
yeah,
he's their first project, you know. Yeah. So I mean, they're being lenient on him, but hey, man, it is what it is. There's no leniency when it comes to the NBA and you having to produce on the floor. I mean, we can't teach a guy, especially given the fact that he's a 4th round pick, man. I mean, or fourth pick in the draft. I mean, come on, dude. When I look at, and I mean, I know it's not necessarily fair to always compare players because a lot of things go into it in terms of mentality or whatnot, but that's an area where I feel like Acme, they should have put more emphasis on his attitude, like how they did the total opposite with Dalen Terry in comparison to, you know, Patrick Williams, because Dalen Terry has all of the intangibles, right? And when it comes to Patrick Williams, it's the opposite. He has all of the tangibles, like all of the physical tools, but he doesn't have the mentality. And you have to, like, 80% of the game is mental. And that's what Patrick Williams is lacking. So, I mean, them even extending him for that 4th year, I mean, why? They should have had him prove. Honestly, they should have had him prove it because, I mean, guaranteeing him money for doing what exactly? Granted, his rookie season, you know, granted, he missed his 2nd year, but I would say his rookie season, it was a down year. It pretty much sucked. He was an Iron Man. He was available pretty much the entire year. I believe he played close to 82 games. But
didn't he have a shoulder injury though? His rookie year?
No, or if he did, it was very insignificant because Patrick Williams played like 78 games. He played 78 games, and if it was a real injury, he wouldn't have been out there. So I guess my point is when I look at players like Scotty Barnes, I mean, like he can't keep getting those excuses because a guy like Scotty Barnes, he was a rookie last year, and you see what he did out there. He was playing with all-stars and Fred VanVleet, Pascal Siakam. He still got his. He still ate. He made his presence felt on both ends of the floor in any way he could. So the fact that Patrick Williams is a guy who can't necessarily, you know, just do whatever he can to make another team feel his effectiveness, I mean, that says a lot to me. And I don't know, it's not looking too good. And I don't want to be too hard on him too early, but
I do.
Man, it's crunch time. I'm saying, like, hopefully he showed me a little bit in that first quarter. He did. He tried. But again, it waned. And that's the problem.
Okay. So here's the other option. P. Will sits on the bench. Drummond takes the 5, and Vooch moves over to the 4.
No.
What?
No. What? I mean, listen.
We got our first controversy of the show here.
Yeah, I definitely don't agree with that one, man. I mean,
right.
Now let's not get too ahead of ourselves. Like you said, it's preseason. And while, yes, Vooch looked like, I mean, Hakeem Olajuwon out there almost yesterday. I mean, him and Drummond playing on the floor together, they're going to get ran off the court. They're too slow.
Not if Vooch is on the perimeter.
But like he said, he's not going to be on the perimeter as much.
Yeah, you're right.
He doesn't want to be, and I agree. He shouldn't be. So definitely not, man. No.
All right. Well, as we go along, I'm going to track that lineup versus the starting lineup with P. Will in it and see what the efficiency is. That's some of the stuff we got coming on video.
Track it. Yeah. Track it.
All right. Bet. Okay, we're going to take our first break of the show. And when we come back, we are going to talk our state of the Bulls and give our game predictions for the coming week.
I don't know how long it will take before he can actually start the rehab process. I don't know what that looks like. Is that like, hey, he's off his legs for 2 weeks, 3 weeks? Is he off 10 days? I don't know what that is. I'll probably find out more. Like I said, the surgery was like late morning, I think LA time. By the time we got out of practice, I spoke with them this morning and a little bit yesterday afternoon just to say that it went well.
All right, let's talk State of the Bulls, the new season edition on the Bulls podcast. And as we embark on a brand new Bulls season in 2022, Bulls fans have high expectations for the upcoming season. The Bulls injury bug hit hard, resulting in a quick first-round playoff defeat. But realistically speaking, without DeMar DeRozan winning 6 games for the Bulls in the last waning moments, the Bulls probably would not have even made the play-in. I mean, if you took 6 games off of our record, we're nobody. COVID hit almost everyone on the team. Zach and Lonzo had knee issues, surgeries, and all of that. And while we recovered over the summer, other teams in the Eastern Conference executed blockbuster trades and upgrades up and down their roster. The Bulls got Drummond, Dragic, and Dalen Terry. So my question is, do we have enough to compete in the East? Do we even have enough to make the playoffs again this year? Wise, what do you think?
Oh, yeah, this is definitely a very controversial topic because I don't know. It's really hard to say, man. Looking at what, as you said, what other teams in the East did, you got the Cleveland Cavaliers, you have the Atlanta Hawks and what they did. Yes, Boston, they suited up, although they have a little, some issues of their own going on right now, but I still don't think that that's going to stagnate.
Yeah, that ain't going to affect the team.
Exactly. So, and I even look at, some of the more younger, intriguing teams like the Detroit Pistons. Now, while I don't expect them to be better than the Bulls, I just feel like it's not going to be one of those games where, you can just sleep. You can't just sleep on Detroit come next year, come this season, because I think they're one of those teams that'll bite you if you're slipping. So, it's State of the Bulls. Okay.
Yeah,
myself.
But see, yeah, go for it.
Pretty grim, if you ask me. And I don't mean to be too Debbie Downer, but I guess all of it is contingent on Lonzo Ball. And looking at how much he meant to us last season, it's just glaring. It's just glaring how much we need him right now. And if he's not going to be back until January, I'm pretty shaky about our chances at our record even being 500 come the time that Lonzo Ball is supposed to be back. And the reason I say this is because we play a lot of the better teams in the league coming up early on in the schedule. Yeah. And it was completely different last year. Last year we had, before the All-Star break, we were playing a lot of the bum teams in the league, so it's it's not looking too good for me, man. I really think that after looking at yesterday's game, and fair enough, it was a preseason game, but just looking at how stagnant the offense was, they had no ball movement. I'm looking at Andre Drummond try to dribble down the court and turn the ball over. That told me that we had no real ball handlers outside of a guy like DeMar DeRozan. Zach LaVine, if you ask me, he's a little bit shaky when it comes to ball handling. And I don't necessarily mean, his handles per se, but I mean actually getting the offense involved, not turning the ball over. Getting his whole team involved and being able to orchestrate the offense. We don't have anybody to do that outside of DeMar DeRozan right now. And Ayo Dosunmu, while yes, in spurts, in spots, he did look pretty decent. He looked poised, comfortable out there, but you can still tell that he still has a little bit of work to do because he was allowing, or maybe it's just their offense, how it's structured right now, because a lot of times he would give the ball to DeMar and run to the corner, just do spot ups or whatnot. So, but anyway, that's another thing. No ball handling and no ball movement. The defense, oh my God, the perimeter defense, the inside defense, help defense, all of it was non-existent. I didn't see any true defender out there outside of Dalen Terry yesterday. And of course, the lightning in the bottle with Vooch. I mean, I gotta continue to see it to believe it with Vooch. That's all. I mean, hopefully, so obviously he does have the ability, but I just want to give it at least a month in before I say Vooch is a good defender. So that's another thing. The fact that the team only shot 27 threes, they only put up 27 3-point shots. That was our average last year, where we were ranked 30th in the league. So that goes to show you that obviously we still have not corrected that as well. I mean, the size factor, nobody could handle Zion out there. Granted, not many people can, but still Patrick Williams as our 4 out there. I mean, he wasn't necessarily showing me how strong he was, and even given the fact that, you know, he's 6'7", he still looks a little bit small out there. Our only two bigs are Vooch and Drummond, and I mean, we just still look like a very small team compared to most other teams in the league. And lastly, I mean, looking at how Dragic looked, I mean, you say that he looked good.
Okay.
I can't. No, I can't.
All right, we're pausing that till next game. We're pausing that conversation till next game.
All right, fair enough.
All right, so let me tell you this. Okay.
To wrap
it. Wrap it up. Come on.
My state is dim. I'm very dim right now.
Dim.
So, yes.
All right. So they call him the paw, but it does no good when you got your paws in your pocket. And that's what happened last night. Bro, you got a wingspan and huge hands. Get them up in the air when you're in the paint. Deflect a pass. You know, do something. That he had his hands to his side all game. Nothing. Just like out in front, like he was running drills, picking up erasers in the gym or something. Man, I'm telling you.
I mean, he wasn't the only one. I mean,
no, I get it.
I mean,
but
Zach was Zach. DeMar was DeMar. I mean, nobody outside of Vooch and Dalen Terry played defense yesterday. I mean, no slight against Ayo. He did what he could. And you know, as a matter of fact, he was another light spot. Ayo looked good as well. You know, fairly good. I think he came in third behind Vooch and Terry.
You know, it could be the lack of defense, could be just guys going, man, I'm not going to swipe at a ball and break my finger on the first preseason game. No way. Dislocate
if you
my
say
thumb.
so.
All right. Well, I got no other excuse for him. I got nothing.
Dude, there is no excuse. I mean, the team just does not have good defensive players right now.
I mean, if you went by yesterday's game, Malcolm Hill is our new GOAT, right?
Okay.
And we got I forgot to mention I forget to mention almost Antetokounmpo.
Oh man, he's so disappointing. He's so disappointing.
I should have say almost us instead of Costas. Yeah.
Almost.
Yeah. That's his new name.
Oh man, that's messed up.
Yeah.
Let's get it.
All right, so let's go into our new predictions for games coming up this week. Friday, we've got the Wendell Carter preseason revenge game coming up. Bulls versus Orlando Magic. Well, what do you think is going to happen on Friday, the 7th versus Orlando?
I really like how Orlando is looking so far. I mean, just in terms of on paper, I like a lot of their young talent. But I think that the Bulls will get them with the veteran presence. But I mean, you know, looking at Franz Wagner, you know, of course, the former Bull Wendell Carter Jr. What's the guy's name that they just picked up this year? I can't believe it leaves me. But their rookie, they just drafted him number 1 overall. But I'm really excited to see him play. So I mean, I really like Orlando, and they're just going to be one of those fun teams to watch. But I think the Bulls are going to get them.
So you're talking about Paolo Banchero?
Yes, I was about to call him
from
Coelho,
Duke.
But yeah, from Duke.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, I could be wrong. He's 6'10", center. Wow, Wendell Carter Jr. is about to get pushed out.
Nah, man, he's a 6'10" small forward.
Yeah,
Dude
well,
plays the three, and he has handles. He has handles. He can shoot. Like, did you see him in the summer league?
no, I didn't
Like,
watch any of it.
yeah, man, you definitely should have caught him. Him, Chet. I mean, those guys were balling. That's why I was actually really excited to see Chet Holmgren play as well. But he injured his toe in the Drew League against LeBron. So, but no,
Hmm.
that dude, he has some promise. He looks good, man.
All right, I stand corrected. I didn't see any summer league. I got sick of YouTube TV and I just revolted over the summer. So, all right, we've got Sunday, October 9th, Bulls at Raptors. That'll be the DeMar revenge game. I'm saying we're going to win that one. I think so. Van Vliet's not going to be 100%, I don't think, for that game. So we'll see. And that'll be game 3 of the preseason. So you should probably start to see starters minutes in those games.
Yeah. Scotty Barnes. That's all I got to say, man. Scotty Barnes. I love that dude. I love
He's
that
the
dude
giant
right
killer,
now.
huh?
Like, hey, I just love his tenacity. I love his all around game, man. Like he is a baller. He is who I wish Patrick Williams was, honestly. But I got the Raptors in this one.
All right. Oh, who'd you have for Orlando? I forgot.
I got the Bulls.
Bulls. All right. And you're going to go L for the Raptors. All right. Then we've got Tuesday, the 11th, Bulls versus Bucks back in the United Center for the final preseason game of the year. I think almost us Antetokounmpo. My wife is gonna kill me. She's Greek, and I'm butchering this name. I'm saying a severe L.
The reason why I'll go the opposite way is because I don't think they're going to be playing. I don't think Giannis or any of their starters will be playing in the fourth quarter. So I think Billy probably will, as they said, try and gain some continuity. Because of that, I think that the Bulls starters will probably play more minutes than Milwaukee. So I could see the Bulls winning.
Yeah, and I think that's when they're going to start making cuts, too, of guys right then. So they'll trim the roster to 15. So Giannis can pretty much just have his brother stay at his house after that game because he'll be off the team. So that'll save us one bus seat on the ride back. Yeah, so... Okay, so wrapping it up, Friday the 7th, Wise and I are both in agreement that we will win. The 9th, I think the Bulls will beat the Raptors. Wise disagrees and predicts a loss. The 11th, Bulls versus Bucks, I think they're going to get killed, whereas Wise thinks maybe Malcolm Hill's going to come out of the woodwork and give us the dub. So we will see, and we'll review that next week. And by the way, we're also going to keep a running score this season to see which one of us is the Nostradamus of Bulls wins, who's going to have the better score by the end of the year. We're gonna bet on this. Let's do it. Got any wagers? What do you got? What's going on?
Well,
what are we betting? Doesn't have to be money.
I don't like Mountain Dew, like Skip. But I do like Mountain Waters. Like not Mountain Waters, not the Mountain Waters, the vitamin waters. So yeah, okay. I'll bet a case of those, a 6-pack of vitamin water.
All right. I don't know what to put up yet, but I'll meet you somewhere along the season with something cool. Okay.
For sure.
Like Bulls merch or something like that. So
I'll
throw a hat in there.
Then, I mean,
what?
Let me step up my game then. I mean,
okay. I don't mean to, shine you.
You just shunned me, but it's all good. I mean, we'll figure something out. You talking about Bulls merch? I'm talking about water. All good though. Let's do it.
Hey man, the price of inflation these days, it might be even better by the time the season's done.
Man, inflation is killing me, man. My grocery bill is astronomical in comparison to last year. It's messed up.
Yeah, well, live in California where there's $7 gas.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, y'all are
709 I
ridiculous out
paid
there, man.
yesterday.
That is
709.
ridiculous. Ain't that something? Man, we
All
were we
right.
were complaining about $5 per gallon. Now here you talking about seven,
Yeah.
dude. That
Well,
is ridiculous.
yeah. All right, so we got some Bulls podcast housekeeping here. And before we close things out, we are actually looking for some folks to help contribute to the show if you want to be a part of it. Some of the things are like chat moderator when we do live streams, people that want to submit fan artwork. We're going to have a place for that kind of thing. Video editors, if you want to edit together some shorts or something like that of the show that we do. Anything like that, anybody that wants to get their talent shown off, get involved in the production. I will tell you that the Bulls podcast is in IMDb, so you will get official credits of being on the show and being part of each episode. So whether that be editing or artists or anybody that helps out with chat, those are, to me, producers, and you'll get producer credit. So if you want to get involved, I will have a form ready on the website next week. But in the meantime, if you hear this and you want to get involved, reach out to any of us, either Wise or myself, via social with a quick DM, and we'll get you involved in the fold. I will be reaching out to a lot of people with podcasts, YouTube channels, to get them on as guests throughout the season. So we're really looking forward to welcoming both old friends and new faces to the show. I do want to give a shout out to Pat, the designer over at the Windy City Breeze. For the past couple seasons, he's been doing live calls and doing a lot of really great play-by-play stuff while the games are going on. I actually mute the real game and put Pat's live call on because it's just so much more fun. And Pat's been a pretty good friend to me in terms of just kind of talking on Twitter back channels and things about getting the show started up again and some of the things that we need to do with YouTube and all of that. So shout out to Pat. I'm really, really happy to be his friend. And actually, Wise, Pat's sidekick, P Kid, is going to be on the show second week of the season. I've already booked him as a guest. So that's going to be cool. Fans that are interested, we are going to have a Discord server so that you can actually talk to Wise and us all the time in our back channel. We'll be talking about that next week. I'm also happy to put that out to fans if you think that you'd participate on a regular basis in our private community. We're also planning on hosting some, as I said, some post-game call-in shows and even do video. We may use the Discord as kind of the place that we post the link. So you might want to think about that if you're into Discord and really want to be a part of the show. We're probably going to keep that stuff relatively private so we don't have, just random people popping into our stream and call-ins and things like that and video. So we're going to have to really watch that because we're trying to keep this a family show and all. But we are really pivoting and scaling the show about tenfold. Just to give you an example, I have a computer that does nothing except scrape Bull stats for me so that I can show them onto the video version of the show in real time as we talk about different players. We've got really a lot of fun stuff coming up in video. So starting next week, it's really going to accelerate. We've been away for a while, so we really want to thank you and all the help and everything that has happened over the last couple of years, and the people that have actually bugged me seeing the social posts in the last couple of days that we've been doing about the games and such. A lot of people have been saying, "Oh, I really hope you have the podcast someday again." And I'm like, dude, we're recording tomorrow. Lucky you. So thanks to all those fans out there, new, old, anybody who's catching up with us on the very first time. We really thank you for listening. And Wise, what's your reactions and such on our new format that we're going to be doing going forward?
Yeah, I'm excited. I am highly excited, especially for, just bringing in more Bulls fans such like ourselves, being able to be on, live video and everything like that. I mean, it's definitely going to bring more excitement to the show. And I can't wait to, bring on other guests as well. I love to talk Bulls with pretty much anybody, fans, other, personalities, and it really doesn't matter. I'm just psyched about this upcoming season and really just psyched about the Bulls podcast future, So I'm ready. Let's go Bulls.
All right. So let's close it out here. Wise, where can they find you on social media?
You can find me at radical_creator. That is on Twitter and Instagram. And you can even get up with me on Facebook as well at Wise Black. So,
nice. Yeah. And don't forget your YouTube channel too, youtube.com/WiseBlack. I know you're putting out some Bulls content there as well as some lifestyle stuff. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You can find me on Twitter at Marcus Couch. Instagram is at Marcus Couch, though I don't really post much there. But follow at Bulls Podcast everywhere. That's where we're at on YouTube, Instagram. We are also there at, what am I missing? Twitter and TikTok. What am I going to do with our TikTok, Wise? I don't know what we're going to put on there.
I've never even started a TikTok yet, so I'm not even sure how it works, dude.
All right. Well,
legit. But tell me really quickly, you like it?
Do I like TikTok?
You like it? Yeah.
Their algorithm is good because it's like
really
once you I watched barbecue videos and stuff, and they know what I like. They give it to me. So
it sounds
I get
like
nothing
YouTube.
but barbecue. Yeah, it is,
yeah.
but it's just swipe. And it starts up right away. It's just, there's no, it's like black porn.
Okay, we should probably end on that note.
I got you. I knew I'd get you. Anyway, all right, we'll take.
Oh man. Dude, I was sitting here thinking of this cool quote that I saw the other day, and you just threw off my whole mood. You
never went on Pornhub. Okay. All right.
Oh,
let me do that again.
No,
until next.
Keep that shit. What? Pardon my language. Please bleep that out. But keep that.
All right, it's staying. All right. Thanks for listening, everybody. Find us at Bulls Podcast. Wise, closing thoughts?
So I saw this quote the other day that really resonated with me. So I'm just going to give it to you all right here really quickly. And it is, quote, "If you're afraid to fail, you probably will." And that is from the late, great Kobe Bryant. Thank you.
You leave me on a downer like that?
It's supposed to be inspirational, man.
Okay. Go Bulls. Oh, this is a train wreck.
Good night, Chicago. Good night.
Hey, Bulls fans. This is your Bulls championship announcer, Ray Clay, saying so long, everybody. Go Bulls.